Back with another blade review. This is an Sirupate Kukri house blade. This is an 18-inch blade. This is a Sirupate blade. I might have butchered that, I might have not. But check the description of this video for the name of it if you have a better translation of it than I do. This blade is pretty heavy. It did well on the cut testing. We'll do some cutting with it. You'll check that out. We'll also do some up-close looks in the scabbard out of the scabbard. It's got a really cool leather scabbard that comes with it. Let's get to it. Looking at the blade itself, this is a 24 1/4 inch blade. It is very deeply forward curved, which is pretty standard for kukris, especially this being an oversized one. This is not exactly a battlefield one. They were far shorter, but still had a forward curve to them, still have a forward curve to them, they still use them. So 18-inch blade overall for this one. The edge is sharp, so the edge does pull quite a bit, and these are obviously made in Nepal. We're looking at a horn handle. So this is a buffalo horn handle, which is also very traditional to these. Sometimes you'll see them in different types of wood, but this is a buffalo horn handle. Handle on this one, the grip length is 4 3/4 inches. So you'll see you've got a little lip here just to help with the blade being forward curved. When slashing with it, that's intended to help with it, with how much forward momentum it has with this one. So the tip is very sharp. The whole edge is very sharp. It's kind of a shallow edge, but it's tempered well. It's got some cool designs on it. On the blade itself, this is a peened pommel. You can see the peen shooting all the way to the end of this one. And overall, this does remind me, quite frankly, of a kopis, with it being forward curved and it being of a length of a kopis of what some of them were. Very, very easy with the forward momentum. The slashes come out very well with this one. You'll see in the cutting. You're not going to see a whole lot of broken strikes with something this heavy, but you could get some good hacks in with it. But this is mostly something you would see doing fluid slashes and obviously direct thrusts. Looking at 2 pounds, 2.6 ounces, and you're going to see that mostly in the tang. The tang is very thick, so if I put my fingers up to it, it's very thick all the way through. There's no taper at all toward the upper third or toward the handle. It's just a straight up single piece of steel, which is nice. If you want something that's more of a hacking blade, big slashes as well, this is definitely something you're going to want to pick up. Sirupate Kukri house, this one is pretty killer. Steel quality, 5160 high carbon steel for this very forward curved blade. Good steel quality. You see TFW blades are made like that. Some arms and armor blades are made with that steel quality as well. So definitely are not skimping on steel quality here. Taking a moment to appreciate the scabbard. This is a wood cord leather wrapped scabbard. It's got a bronze tip to it and brass, not bronze, brass accents toward the peen, toward the forefinger, and at the very end of it, it's leather wrapped and then stitched on the back. You have a belt loop, a pretty big belt loop, so you can pretty much fit virtually any belt through here. It's just leather and it folds back. I can say that. Comes with a utility knife, so a small 3-finger grip utility knife for this one. Obviously you're not gonna hold like that, so it's obviously gonna be a 3-finger knife. The handle matches the aesthetic of the kukri itself. So it kind of bows out at the end, so then you have more grip for utility tasks. Slides right back in. There's little to no retention other than the actual scabbard itself. So it kind of just sticks in there. And then you have another one that is unsharpened. There's no edge on this at all. So overall, just seeing the actual blade itself, it's a very heavy chopper. Very, very powerful slashing ability with this one from doing the cut testing with it. Let's go ahead and do some up-close looks in the scabbard and out of the scabbard so we can get some more fine details on this kukri. All right, taking a look at this one, there's the peen mark on the handle. We've got the handle itself that sweeps up, the horn handle. You'll see the utility knife and the secondary knife are tucked back between. So if you are wearing this, it's less likely to fall out. We've got rivets on the back that are attached to the scabbard. And again, this is a wood cord scabbard. Brass tip on the end, and then brass on the end of the pommel, if you want to call it a pommel, really just the end of the handle. And then toward right below the forefingers where you're going to see more brass as well. The blade out of the scabbard. We have some awesome work here on the blade. You'll see the little bend right here. This is where it really gets to being a full forward curved sword. I don't want to say that. All right, so taking a look at the two knives, one utility knife and the secondary knife, and then a really good looking blade here. Got some designs that match the handle very well. So another look at the horn handle. And you'll see this dent right here is where it becomes a heavily forward curved blade. So really awesome looking blade here. All right, we've done some specs on this blade, on this Kukri so far. Let's take a look at the cut testing. I always do the cut testing beforehand now to make sure I have stuff to talk about with it. So the edge, really good. It did cut through actually four pieces of cardboard wrapped together. So the slashing ability is really good on this. It's heavy, it's over 2 pounds, but it's not overbearing in the wrist at all, especially when you have a full grip on it. Let's take a look at the cut testing and see how it went. So doing this with cardboard, this blade is very thick. And the edge actually did really well. These come sharp already from Nepal, so they did a great edge on it. It's harder to cut with cardboard, but this one, especially with the forward curve to it, did really well. So thanks for joining me for this review of this Khukri from ex-Gurkha House Khukri blades. This one is awesome. Really big blade. Obviously this is a lot bigger than the one that's issued to the military, but it's a it's a beast of a blade, but especially being over 2 pounds and being an 18-inch blade, this is a heavy chopper. If you like blades like this, if you want to see more Kukris, let us know in the comments below. If you're not subscribed already, subscribe to the channel, click the little bell so that you get notified when we have new videos coming. As always, thank you for your support, and we'll see you in the next video.